Hi class, I hope everyone's having a nice week. I've gotten some requests to bring the videos back, so I thought now would be a perfect time to do one on our final project for next week. I realize that some of you won't be able to start thinking about the final project quite yet, but I thought putting this video out now and putting a new thread in the discussion board might prompt you to start thinking about this a little bit early, which I really do recommend for those of you who can find squeezing it into your schedule. So let's get to it. Also sort of take a step back and sort of what is this final project all about? Something that I find can help is sort of think of a scenario. So imagine that you are a public relations professional who has put together a proposal for a client or perhaps for the executive team at an organization, and you will be presenting this proposal to them. So this at the end of the day is really asking you to apply all the knowledge that you've gained from the semester and put together your recommendation for a digital media communications campaign as a public relations professional. So I'm not going to be able to go through every single detail in the rubric for the final project because it is quite lengthy. But there are sort of 5 points I did want to pull out of the rubric to sort of call everyone's attention to and to perhaps clarify. And these are some areas I think some of you might have some questions on. So the first one, the page length. It does say in the rubric that the assignment is to be 10 to 14 pages in length. That doesn't include your title page or your references, but it cannot be longer. I know this is going to be a bit of a challenge for some of you who have written quite lengthy milestones, but I think what this is really all about is asking you to focus your writing. So to really sort of go through and find those pieces of your milestones that could either be trimmed down or sections that aren't needed, and to really, really focus your final submission on the asks of the assignment. So what should this assignment look like? Should it be a short paper? Should it be bullets? I really think if I was doing this assignment, and sort of also how I do proposals as a public relations professional, if it's not in PowerPoint or Prezi, but it's more of a document, is an outline form. So for those of you who have sort of done it in short paper form, I really recommend transferring it to a proposal with 11 sections. If you take a look at the final project guidelines overview document, the one that includes the rubric, it has 11 critical elements outlined, and I think doing a section on each one of those is a format that I really recommend doing for the final project. So I also wanted to call out, it was mentioned in a paragraph, but it's something I think maybe could potentially be overlooked, is that this assignment wants you to have 8 or more references. With all the examples and the substantiation that you're going to have to be doing, I don't see this being a challenge or a problem for any of you, but I did want to call out that the final project is looking for you to have 8 different references integrated into your submission. So something else I did want to talk about was the feedback from the milestones. My expectation is that all of the feedback will be applied. So the idea for this assignment and the milestones is that you've worked on all of these sections already. You've gotten a chance to do a first draft, you've gotten feedback on it, and now you have a chance to submit it again. So really make sure that you're going and looking at all of those milestones assignments and looking at the comments I've left for you in your actual papers and making sure that you have applied those to your final project submission, if that is my expectation. If you have any questions on what I've left or you're not really sure how to tweak things, please don't be shy in reaching out. I'm happy to chat with you more about any feedback I've left you on the milestones. Lastly, there is some details around images and page length and percentages that I think might be a little confusing. So if you want to include images in your proposal, really try to keep it to one page. So not necessarily one page altogether, but if you took all the images out and you put it in a different document, it would really only be one page in length. 1.5 if you really have to, but the assignment is really asking that the text be 80 to 90% of your submission. So if you have tons of text in there and you want to sprinkle in some images or illustration, I really think that's what the assignment is asking for. It's not asking for you to include tons of images. So I hope that this has sort of kicked off you to start thinking about the final project and answer some questions if you might have been thinking. Please don't be shy with any questions. I really prefer you ask questions before you get started or as you're working on things. Hey, I started this section, I'm doing this, I'm a little unsure, how does that sound? Those are all things I totally welcome. This assignment is worth about 1/3 of your overall course grade. So I'm here for you. I'm here for each of you. I know each of you can succeed and can get a really high grade on this assignment, which can really help drive up your overall score in this class. All in all, so I'll see you in the discussion board. I hope this video has helped. I hope to talk to each of you in my office hours next week for questions that you have on this assignment. Take care, everyone.